Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
One question. Is Jimmy Haslam the NFL's coming of the next Ted Stepien? Thank you.
Is a quick rule. The reason you cannot trade 3 consecutive years of first-round draft picks in the NBA is because Ted Stepien traded 5 consecutive ones. He also traded Bill Laimbeer from the Cavs. I get fans' frustration with Jimmy Haslam. I don't think he's anywhere near. Jimmy Haslam's at least trying to get it right. Ted Stepien was just like, he thought he knew everything and was going to change the world, and he was by far the worst owner of a franchise in any sport. And Jimmy Haslam has made some mistakes, but no, he is not the NFL version of Ted Stepien.
Yeah, there's a little bit more humility and earnestness, I think, to Jimmy's failure, right? Whereas Jimmy, whether he corrects the mistakes or not, he admits them in open settings, as opposed to Ted Stepien, who once tried to sue a local radio host for criticizing him back in the day. And I think that I understand the comparison with Stepien because Jimmy Haslam just forked over 3 first-round picks for the worst contract in NFL history in Deshaun Watson. Jimmy Haslam is one of the worst owners in the NFL, if not the worst owner in the NFL right now. He is, by win percentage, the second worst owner the Browns have ever had, and he has a long way to go in the keep your hands off the football operations department. I always say about ownership, you can ask them to spend money and you could ask them to keep their hands inside the ride, but you can't ask them to do both. And frankly, I think if I was going to pick one, I'd rather have an owner that spends than an owner that keeps his hand off. As much as crazy as that sounds and as infuriating as it has been at times for Browns fans to bear witness to some of the confusing processes that the Browns have undergone under Haslam and not know exactly who's making what decision, I get it. I do think you have to credit Jimmy for trying to spend to win. And I do think that, from a human perspective, can we all take a step back and understand why this is the way it is? Like, if you were spending hundreds of $1 millions of your own money on something, wouldn't you want input on it?
Yep.
Wouldn't you, like any of us who wins the lottery and say, oh, the first thing I'm doing is buying a sports franchise? Yeah, we're going to want to have a say in the war room. We're going to want to watch a little bit of the highlights on YouTube, and we might make a few irresponsible decisions. I think that's a very human impulse, honestly. It's a terrible trait in an owner, but I think it's extremely relatable, and I understand it. I can at least understand it.
The one thing I would say, he hasn't found the guy that he trusts completely to turn over the football business. Let's hope he finds one, but he hasn't found that guy yet.